Souls, divine spirits in a human physical body. Samantha here from Branches of Vibrational Healing. This video is just being inspired by my, we'll say, multidimensional brain. um, for the sake of this video, I'm going to label ADHD because I do have it. I have learned to embody it, embrace it, and look at it as a superpower. So I don't like the label of it, the diagnosis of it. But yesterday I was literally all over I mean, I am every day. But yesterday I was sitting down to, I don't even remember what it was, but next thing I know, I'm answering an email at the same time I'm writing something on my calendar. At the same time, I'm lighting incense. The same time I'm opening up a book, reading a chapter, trying to meditate. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. um, and today, every time I was doing something like washing the dishes, I was like, oh, wait, I should put that Tupperware away. And then so when I wash the dishes, like there's like a grand plan past what I'm doing that like I don't even know what the plan is, but I think that I do. I was like, and then I'm like, oh wait, I should saute the chicken wings too. Oh wait, the laundry. And it was like, whoa. It was like this. I saw this uh image in my third eye come in like shoop, as though it was a puppet, right? I was like, hey, finish the dishes. I was like, oh, dishes, right? Finish the dishes. And then it was this like aha awareness that when I allow myself to hyper focus on one thing, I get it done in the flow and it's easy and it's like, oh wait, I've already now have my, let's say, to-do list of the other things that I want to do, but I've allowed myself to stay present in the moment of doing the dishes. So I felt inspired to share these messages that were coming in because many of us, and there's so many things out there about ADHD, ADD, and let's face it, our attention awareness has decreased significantly due to phones, right? Um, and kids are being diagnosed, we'll say, much sooner because they don't sit there and focus. Well, we're not meant to, honestly. We're literally meant to, we're multidimensional beings where we have a source energy running through us where we're meant to be in our creative process, whatever that means for us individually. We're meant to try numerous things. We're meant to think outside the box. Like we create this reality. And since birth, we're told to sit here, do this, and learn this. But that's not how our brains initially work. That's why our brains become molded into beliefs and patterns of behavior over time because we learn from everything outside of ourselves. And that's just how society's been. I feel like there's a change coming because more people are quote unquote awakening to these limitations. And they're learning that they don't feel good for themselves. And so anyways, so if you like this video, if you feel like this video will help somebody, please share it and just take what resonates with you from this because this is not just about like ADHD. It's literally about focus. It's about staying present. And I've learned that I'm very capable of staying present for my clients, for other people when I'm in the flow, like when I'm in source, versus when I'm more so with myself. It's I'm staying present, but I'm also like focused on the different things I could do, right? So when you're present, you're literally doing that one thing. You're being in that one energy. It doesn't mean that other thoughts don't come in, but they're not taking you away, right? From what you're doing or what you're being in that moment. And that's why I felt guided to share this because for years I took Adderall and then I would when even that stopped working, as well as it did. I didn't increase the dose. I drank more energy drinks to have energy, hyper focus. But all that's doing is literally, it was shooting my adrenals. It was literally killing my adrenals. And so I was becoming fatigued faster, crashing faster, over time, depressed, weight changes, thyroid stuff. Like, not that I was diagnosed with anything thyroid, but it all, it's it's all one system. So when one thing becomes shot or imbalanced, other things become imbalanced to begin to compensate for that one imbalance. Um, and once I stopped taking Adderall, it was hard at first, but I was like, whoa, I can be more present, and like I can get more things done, and I don't feel like I there's something wrong with me. Now, it took me a while to say that, because the biggest thing when you have quote unquote ADHD, don't judge yourself. It's a superpower. Literally, it's a superpower. It means that you know that you're limitless. You know that there's so many things going on in the world. You know that your attention is meant to be imaginative as well as in this reality, right? And when you begin to release the judgment on yourself for like, oh crap, I didn't get this done, or like, oh, I started this, but I did this over here, and you kind of like not poke fun with yourself, but like, oh, all right, well, I'm aware that I forgot to do this, so now let me do this now, right? Or let me put on a list to do tomorrow, but not beat myself up if I don't get it done. When you really learn to release the judgment of yourself, you can become so much more present for self. And Eckhart Tolle has a book. What is it? The presence of now, or the stillness of now, or something like that. I think so. But every morning in December, I woke up and I read 2 pages of it. It's just these little quotes. And it was like, oh, interesting. And it was things I already knew, but it re-sparked within me that we are all one, that there's no point in judging, that stillness and being present, it's okay, right? And so isn't your imagination. And um, things that I have learned that have helped me focus, um, is having a routine, but not really having a routine. And what I mean by that is not judging my routine, knowing that it's not like everybody else's. So when I share my story with you, or my routine with you, to know that I'm different than you, right? You're different than me. You're different than XYZ, Joe Smo, Karen, Bob, Shaniqua. You're different. Each one of us is meant to be different. Okay. I have learned that my entire life, I never was a very good morning person. Um, I used to be very cranky when I'd be woken up early. Now I'm not. Because I'm just not. I've done a lot of work, but I like to sleep in. I like, or I will literally sleep until about half an hour, 45 minutes before I need to go do something. Like when I would go to nursing and I would still work as a nurse, I would sleep 45 minutes until I knew I had to leave, or even a half an hour, sometimes 20 minutes before I had to leave. So I would get up, get in the car, go. Like, because if I'm moseying around my house, I just want to go back to bed. This is something that I've learned about myself. So rather than judge it, I've learned to work with it. So now that I own my own business, I have to be very disciplined with my schedule. And so I set it out to take people 3 or 4 times a week. And I don't take anyone before 10:30 or 11. I just don't, because it's not that like I can't show up. I just don't want to take away that from my morning, right? And I'll work some nights until 8 p.m. or until 5. It just depends. But when I wake up in the morning, I no longer just jump out of bed. It's like I set my alarm. and then I snooze it. But while I hit snooze, I'm meditating. So I'm calling in my angels, I'm calling in my guides, I'm calling in my higher self. I'm expressing gratitude for waking up, for being in a safe bed. I'm asking who needs some love right now. And then I just telepathically send them healing, and I wrap them in infinities. I wrap myself in infinities. I do a scan of my body and I'm like, all right, where is there tension being held in my body? Like I take that time now while I'm still comfy in bed, and like I'm not opening my eyes. I'm not letting people know I'm awake, and I connect to me, or I travel. Like I literally go other places, like into other realms of existence. So that's my form of meditation. That's become my routine. And then when I get out of bed, I'll stretch, but I always drink a full glass of water as soon as I get out of bed. So before I go to bed, I know that I bring an extra bottle or glass jar and then a cup of water. So I have it there. So I don't get distracted as soon as I get out of bed. I roll over, there's my cup of lemon water, and I drink it. And my new thing's been mineral water, sparkling mineral water. Um, and then I take my moringa pills. I take my vitamins in the morning with my whole cup of water. I go to the bathroom, wash my face, stretch, breathe. And then I see what it is that I need to do that day. So that's my morning routine that has helped me stay focused. And then I will look at my schedule and I'll see what is it I need, right? I make sure that I go for walks. I do active movement as take breaks throughout the day. So I'm not just sitting all day, because I can get hyper focused on just sitting and doing, because like everything's in front of me, versus if I get up and walk around, I'm doing a million things, right? So I set the intention that is as soon as I'm in my office, I have this one and the one at my other house. Um, all the lights are on. It's bright in there. I can't have it dark because then I won't be active. I light some incense or put diffuser on. I set my space. I put on some music. I dance or shake, and then I sit down. And that has helped me stay focused in the moment of doing something. Um, and I set the boundary to be done by a certain time, to be in bed by a certain time. Me, it's probably a lot later than other people, but I make sure I'm in bed or relaxed by like 9:45, 10. Sometimes if I'm super inspired, I'll stay up or I'll go sit in bed with it. But as soon as the lights go off, my body's like, oh, time to go to sleep. And that's taken me a lot to adjust to from working overnights for like 12 years. Um, that's taken a lot. And my adrenals are now coming back online. I don't take Adderall, I don't take energy drinks, I don't drink coffee. It's literally water and herbal teas with no caffeine in it. My adrenals are coming back. So it's like as soon as the lights go off and I'm laying flat, my body knows it's time to go to sleep, whether I'm reading a book or not. Um, and the biggest thing that I've noticed lately is like what I eat as well helps my focus stay or not. If it's fruits and healthy foods, I can be more focused on a task. I have more energy throughout the day versus if I eat bread or something in the morning or carbs. I don't really like to eat that stuff in the morning, but that's made a big impact. I can see my energy levels through the day shift depending on what I eat in the morning. The other thing is having music in the background. That's like healing. It amps up my I can't think right now, brain frequencies to be focused. That helps a lot as well. And the biggest thing is not judging myself, right? I have two calendars that I mark everything in. And I forget what I was just going to say. I just looked at my calendar. That's why I said it. I forgot. The biggest takeaways from this video, there goes my ADHD, right? Like, oh, is to not judge what I am doing when I'm doing it. And when I feel inspired to create content or do it, I do it then. Or I set it in a time slot to do it. because otherwise I ain't doing it. My parts will speak up like, no, let's do this. Right. If I need energy, I put on some music and I allow my body to shake out the jitters. Because a lot of times I've realized that if I haven't been moving a lot, I haven't allowed myself to have fun and express my body and move with the energy around me, I I focus everywhere else besides what my task is. So getting the energy moving is very, very crucial. And a routine is different for everybody, right? Journaling out when I have like thoughts that are disempowering, journaling them and getting them out and being like, thank you, I appreciate you. That also helps me focus. Um, Getting enough sleep helps me focus as well, and taking magnesium and certain supplements that helps me focus. There's so many disempowering things out there in the world that don't help you manage to embrace who you are. So when you learn to release the judgment and compare yourself to, let's say, how productive you are versus how productive someone else is, when you release that judgment, you're like, you can celebrate all of it that you do. And let's say you think about, I forgot to mail that letter. Right then, you go and you mail the letter, right? Like, do that. Yeah, I don't know. There's just like drinking clean water is so important. The things we eat is so important. Having sugar and carbs in the morning, I cut that out because that affects you throughout the whole day. Because if as soon as you wake up and you start putting caffeine in your body or sugar or carbs, it's basically you're giving, I know it sounds kind of fucked up, you're giving your power away to that energy source versus using your own. If I have any caffeine, like if I have tea with caffeine in it or my mud water, which isn't even caffeine, but it's mushrooms and black tea, which I guess is caffeine. I don't have it for at least an hour and a half after I wake up because there's so many studies out there that just to have water when you wake up gives you enough energy. Have an apple with some peanut butter, like mid lunch snack helps. Going for a walk, being in the light helps. Red light therapy helps, right? Journaling helps. Doing something in the morning that is just for you helps. Having a break throughout the day just for you, even for 30 seconds, helps. Most importantly, breathing. I release judgment of myself. I welcome in freedom. I welcome in joy. That all helps too. So to know that having a mind that's all over the place, it's not a bad thing, right? Just means that there's so much for you to connect to. There's so much possibilities out there. There's so many potentials. And once you learn to work with your own energy space and source, you can navigate through all of those distractions. Another thing is I limit my social media time. Like I don't scroll in the morning at all. I don't try not to scroll throughout the day. Like, and if I do, I check the time and I'm like, oh, whoa, been 20 minutes. I only said I'd do this for 2 minutes. That's how fast you can go, right? Put your phone down. You don't need it. But yeah, the biggest thing is don't judge yourself. Love yourself. And just learn to set boundaries for yourself and who you interact with. If you're sitting in front of a computer all the time, set boundaries with it. Get up and move. Drink lots of water to detox the EMFs that are coming at you. Add some play into each day because that'll also help your attention. I feel like there's a lot I missed, but I think I got the main points across. Don't judge yourself. So if you feel like anyone can benefit from this, send it their way. Also, I want to note there's no wrong or right way to meditate. Meditating can be going for a walk, it can be journaling, it can be dancing, it can be sitting there staring at your candle, drinking some tea. It could be the water you drink in the morning, right? It doesn't have to be a certain way. When we drop the comparison of how we're supposed to be, we love ourselves more in whoever we are meant to be in that moment, right? Because I have learned when I say to superpower, I am connecting to the other consciousnesses of me. I'm communicating with the other consciousness of me. And I have noticed that when I sleep and in the early morning, if I go back to sleep, I'm literally like checking in with the other me's in these other multiverses. I'm like, all right, cool, cool, cool. And I'm also allowing myself to go to like healing temples or learning facilities in the etheric realm or these other dimensional realms where I want to create something, but maybe I don't have the energy in this reality to do it. I ask to go to those other realities to pull it into this one. And then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm ready to go, right? We are multidimensional beings. So we are meant to be unique and we are meant to have beautiful, different, diverse ways of thinking. It's just, are your thoughts negative and judging? Are they like, oh, I can multitask, do all this? Or are they allowing you to stay present? You can take your power back by being like, okay, I'm aware I have all these thoughts, but I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to center into me and I'm going to do this. And then do it and be like, yes, did that. Yeah. Now, next thing. Don't judge yourself. I love you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, morning, afternoon, evening, and check out our site because we have lots of events coming up. We're doing a retreat in Sedona in April 19th, 2024, a full 3 days and nights. It's going to be great. I'm speaking at a Joy Code workshop in Hampton, New Hampshire, run by Julie McGrath. It's going to be great. I'm doing monthly alchemy awareness, which is the monthly energy updates through circles. If you're interested, it's the first Tuesday of every month. And for right now, for $88, I'm offering individual light activation codes for whatever's going on in your life to support you with inner freedom, which then brings external freedom. Where I connect to you, I record it, and then I send it to you so you can listen to it always. And it will help shift you cellularly into full embodiment of you. But yeah, I love you to know that your divergent, crazy, weird ways of thinking is a superpower. And don't let anyone tell you it's not. Love you.